Currently, we're trying to keep all of the campaigns together in one succinct area so that everyone can find what they need in regards to these particular free downloads. And in this particular case, we've labeled that particular automation as travel guides download. So I'm going to simply type in travel guide, and it will come up with that particular automation builder that we have built already, which is the travel guide download. And when we open this up, you'll see that there are 6 built automations that are present. We basically have one for each of the different travel guide downloads that have been created. And so we have multiple under this one campaign. Again, the only ones that are, if you would, live are the ones that are solid green. So if it's a total of a solid green, that means it's been published, it is live, it is actually working at this particular point. So in this particular point, the ones that are not currently live, as you can see here, I made a change to Martha's Vineyard. Therefore, I have not published it again to take that change into place. And I will be making another change because we realized in a previous training that we had a small error. So actually, let's start there, and that way you can see how you can correct or update an existing landing page. So I'm going to click on the Martha Vineyard landing page that's here. Of course, it's going to come up. It's going to show us what it's all about. It's the Martha's Vineyard travel guide download. It has the current lead capture form that we've titled that's within, that's capturing the name, the address, or excuse me, the name, the email address, and I think date of birth as well in that particular capture. To edit any existing landing page, you want to click on Edit Landing Page. Of course, once you edit any landing page, in order for it to actually show for the end user, you will have to republish that particular automation builder that is currently there for it to be live for the current user. Of course, let's say as an example, a user was in there at this particular time putting in their information. That's fine. It will simply show whatever is currently published for user access. In this particular case, this is what this particular one looks like, as most of them do, and we're using some techniques that help us to build this together, as we've talked about and we'll look at again in just a moment. The thing that I noticed during a previous training was that we had this set up not to go to the thank you page, and we definitely need that to happen so that our end user can get to where they need to get to. So we need to go to the thank you page for this particular landing page. And in this particular case, as you'll see here on the right hand side, it says pages. We're going to click on pages. We want to make sure there's a thank you page. We do see a thank you page, but let's click on that and just make sure it's set up correctly. In essence, in this particular case, the client completes the actual form that's on this landing page. They submit their information. They will immediately receive this thank you message. Thank you for actually filling out the information. It also indicates to them that there will be receiving several emails after this that will actually have that download available to them. We've also asked them to join our Facebook group because, of course, we want to build our audience there as well. So that's our thank you page. And if they wanted to get a free consultation, they can set that up. So just to click on that so you can see each of these boxes have links associated with them. So when you click on that particular area, as we talked about in a previous training, this is one of the rows. This is the total row that you have here in one of the widget boxes that's within that particular row. So we have a actual box that's within this particular row. We've indicated that it's scheduled a free consultation. Once you click on that, you will have your edit menu to the right. As you can see here under the action section, this is where we're able to put in any additional links that need to apply when the end user clicks this button. So if the end user clicks this button, it will automatically take them to, in this case, a calendar where they're able to schedule that free consultation. We've also made sure that it comes up in a new tab. What does that mean? Basically means that it's not going to take the view, if you would, of what they're currently looking at. So instead of it replacing what they were looking at this time, for instance, what we are looking at this time, it will actually open in a brand new tab, i.e. at the very top, as you see here, I've got 4 tabs open at the top. It would open a brand new tab to represent them being able to sign up for that free consultation. Same here at the bottom for contact us. We did the exact same thing for this particular button. We added a link. Of course, this is an email link. So then when they click it, if they wanted to email us, it would automatically be sent to our particular email address. So that's what you see here. Of course, this particular email address, I need to probably update it as well. We're going to go ahead and put that in as our company email address so that it's clear where this would be going. Travel expert at too busy not to travel.com. Very good. All right, so that would help the user to be able to get an email directly to us. Now, what I noticed in the other page of this particular landing page is a slight error. As I said, the client should be coming to the thank you page once they've done a submission. If I remember correctly, when I looked at a previous viewing of this, that's not where it was being sent. So let's go back to that main landing page and let's just confirm that our client is being sent to the right place, i.e. this thank you page. So I'm going to go back into this landing page. Again, I want to edit that landing page. It's taking a few minutes to come up. There we go. All right, and so what I want to do is make sure that when we particular box, when the user clicks download your travel guide, that in fact it is going to take them to that thank you page because they've already submitted their information. So I'm going to click that particular widget area. I'm going to come down here for the action item and see what it says. In this case, it does say thank you. So it is directing them to thank you. So as you can see here, we could be directing them to a landing page. We could be directing them elsewhere. In this case, we do want to make sure we're sending them to the thank you page so that it automatically kicks off our campaign information to send over to them that download. We have a tag that's here to indicate that the client has actually clicked this particular button to ask for receiving that particular download. And actually, in this particular case, now that I'm looking at this, this should say when the client actually clicks this, it means that they are requesting the download. So that actually is the wrong tag. It should be that once the client has clicked that button, they actually are requesting that Martha's Vineyard travel guide is what they're doing at this particular point. They clicked it, they've requested it, and then from the actual campaign that's built behind this, it'll indicate that they have in fact downloaded it, which will stop the campaign and the number of emails that go out to the client. All right, so in this particular case, we've made sure to update that so that the actual tag is correct as well. So once we've done that, as I said, once we've made the necessary changes, our next step is to make sure that we republish this particular landing page. Just want to check real quick on all of our little buttons here, make sure we've got details in there. I do see that we do have order form links that are present for all of our buttons. Very good. This last button, what we did was instead of making it be a scenario where it would indicate the client has submitted data in case that client decides to scroll. If they click here, once maybe they decide to scroll and read what else was there, but they still want to get that download, it will automatically take them back to the top of this particular landing page so that they can make that order. So when they click this particular button here, notice here in the section, there's not a URL. It simply says take them to a section of this particular page. So over here on the right, you'll see there are several options. Previously, we had open a website, which would be where we put a URL, and it would take that client to that particular website, or it would take them to a particular landing page like a thank you page, etc. In this case, we want to simply redirect them to a current position on this current page. So what I've done is selected Hero. Hero is the top of the page that has been created. So when the client clicks here, in essence, it will take them right back to the top for them to fill out their information and again to request that particular download. And then we've added some pictures at the end that would reflect pictures of times that we've gone to this destination before, maybe a client testimonial about their enjoyment of that particular trip, etc. Things to entice our end user to see what it looks like to actually be traveling with us in this particular situation. All right, we've updated everything we needed to do here. The last thing I typically try to do is I want to see what does this look like if somebody was accessing it on their mobile phone? Because of course, at least 80 to 90% of things are accessed today by a handheld item as a mobile phone. So we want to make sure that we've optimized our view for the cell phone as well. So let's click here at the very top so we can see what that looks like. So this is what the format would look like if we do it on a phone. Looks like everything is in line. The buttons are nice and clear. The information is nice and clear. They can still click on everything. We've justified, in this particular case, I've left margin justified the wording for each of the sections that have been put into each of the rows to make it better to be able to be read. So it looks like everything is pretty much in order here. Nice and clear and concise that they'll see on their phone. Very important to make sure things are phone optimized. Again, we can go back to our desktop and look at that. If you want to see what this looks like live and maybe test it, which testing is always important, you can click the preview button so that you can see ultimately the end result of what it looks like. This is exactly what it will look like to your end user on their desktop. We can also click again on the phone. We can see exactly what it would look like for our end user on their particular phone as well. And we can also click these particular links and see what it does, things of that nature. So there are some benefits of definitely testing the merchandise, if you would. All right, I'm gonna come back out of that preview. We've double checked everything. We think everything looks great. We now want to, of course, save, make sure we don't lose anything. And then what we want to do is publish this particular landing page since we know everything is as we desire. So I'm going to click publish. As you notice, I clicked twice. It comes up with a message. Always read your prompts. So we've clicked that. It then comes back and gives you the URL for this particular landing page. And of course, this is the URL that our clients will be able to click on in order to get to this landing page. Another way I'll say that, if we think about the website that our client goes to, we send them to a specific website for our business. Once they're on that website and they're within our particular journey, they are asking to download a particular itinerary packet. So what we're doing with this URL, we're taking that URL, and on our external website, we have a button that says, would you like to download this particular itinerary? By doing so, we'll have this URL embedded in that particular push button. What will happen is, again, they'll click that button. It will automatically take them to this particular landing page that we just looked at and that we just published. I want to make sure to copy that URL, make sure I have it for where, so I can, in fact, put it in its appropriate place on the external website. So then once you're done, you can go to the site list, which is a site listing of all of the current published landing pages, which will actually give you some statistics. If you're looking to kind of see how many people opened it, how many people have looked at it, there you go. It will give you a wealth of information about how many people have actually viewed these particular pages, any unique visitors compared to those that typically are, following you from that standpoint. You can see exactly what those numbers look like, your conversion rate as far as them actually clicking on things within that particular landing page. All right, now that we have updated the Martha's Vineyard landing page, let's go and make sure to complete, again, one we started earlier, which was for our South Africa trip in September of 2024. So again, how do I access that? I can access this a couple of different ways. Being that I'm just looking for that landing page to be updated, I can literally go directly to the landing page from where I am. So as you can see here in this list of landing page names, it does show our drafts as well as those that have been published. So in this particular case, we have several that say published and we have a few that say draft. In this case, the South Africa 2024 is listed in draft format, so I can actually access it from this particular screen to just manipulate that particular landing page. However, I will ultimately need to go back into our automation builder in order to access the full automation built that we will make sure that all of the connected pieces are in a green status and ready to go so that we can publish the entire campaign from the automation builder. So again, we want to work with that landing page right this moment. So I'm going to go into that at this particular time. To do so, you'll click the three ellipses here on the right hand side. It will give you the option to do several things, either copy this particular landing page to use it for something else, to of course edit it, rename it. As you can see, there's several options. In this case, we're going to click edit. Once we click edit for that particular landing page, it'll take a few moments and it should come forth, and then we can complete our efforts of editing this particular landing page. One of the things that we were working on earlier is making sure that all of our graphics have been updated, etc. And again, how do you update your graphics? It simply is, again, you have rows, you have columns, you have widgets, and items that have been pulled over as widgets into your form. Again, how do I update this particular background as a picture? I'm going to click on the actual row itself, not the column within, not the widget within, but the actual row itself I want to click on. And again, as I said earlier, you can see here at the bottom that this is one of the rows, one of the sections, if you would. So for this section, I've clicked on that. In order to add a picture to this particular section, I will come here where it says upload image, and I can actually upload the appropriate image that I would like to have as a background to this particular section. And we have already done that, of course. If for some reason you wanted to edit this particular picture, let's say you want to brighten it up, maybe you want to crop it, several things you might want to do to it. What do? You would be able to go here where it says apply effects. So if you click on that, you'll see it'll bring the picture forth along with the number of things that you can do to edit this particular graphic. So just wanted to point that out to you that there are some options here where you can make edits. So as an example, if I wanted to lighten this up, I could click on that particular filter, choose one of the filters that's here in order to make change to this particular picture, and it will automatically do that. It takes a few moments for it to happen. I did do a pixelate in that, which of course we don't want to do that. I could click on any of these particular filters, and after a few moments, it will actually take place and take on whatever that filter is. In this case, I simply want to stay with what the original was. I don't really want to change anything about it. So I'm simply going to hit cancel so that we can keep what we originally had. And again, I'll hit cancel to come back out of that visual. I'll leave this visual as is. I think what was left for us to do is to update the current content that's on this particular page and make sure that, of course, all of the links are matched up as well. So that's what we're going to do, because as you can see, this was originally a Martha's Vineyard landing page that now we're going to modify. We're going to modify the content that is located here, the pictures, etc. So that's our next step. Stay with me. We'll be right back in order to complete that. All right, now that we have this South Africa landing page back up, let's go ahead and make some adjustments. I just changed the background picture to reflect one of the pictures from our group. Now I want to go through and change some of the terminology and information that's here. So what I've been doing is I've definitely been using AI to this fullest ability. And I've been using AI to help us to really focus on the content of the sales page, of all of our sales pages. So we're going to use a prompt to gather the information that we need to fill in all of the spots that are here. I have a prompt that I've created that I'm going to use, and we're going to plug that in into ChatGPT. So I'll pull that over so you can see what this looks like. So this particular prompt basically keeps the format the same going forward with each of our landing pages. And so in reference to that particular prompt, I'm going to post that in here. So as you can see, basically, as it indicates, I'm giving ChatGPT some information about what we desire. We are using techniques of Jason Fladen and Russell Brunson, where we want to create a sales landing page flow. And of course, we're going to change the name of what we're dealing with. And we're going to say for South Africa, and which includes a captivating headline that sparks curiosity and emphasizes the unique selling points of the journey. An engaging introduction that paints a vivid picture of, again, we're going to change this particular piece to South Africa. And of course, you could put in here, instead of South Africa, we could put the different places we'll be going in South Africa. But just to make it simple, I'm just going to put in South Africa at this time. So again, an engaging introduction that paints a vivid picture of South Africa's diverse landscapes, cultural richness, and unique experiences. Implementation of scarcity and urgency techniques such as limited spots or limited time offers to promote immediate action. We also want to use a strong call to action button that stands out and encourages visitors to reserve their spot. A clear statement of why they should want to visit South Africa. And this would probably be a really good spot to put in specific areas of South Africa. But again, for simplicity, I'm going to leave South Africa. And bullet points of what they should expect. we want to create actually this information in the format of the following example. And what I've done is I've basically taken the information that we use with some of the other pages, same format, etc. And I'm letting ChatGPT know I would like this really created the same way. That way all we have to do is cut and paste and plug things in after we've made necessary modifications. We'll be able to plug it in the same format on the landing page that we basically use as a duplication. All right, so we've plugged all that in. Now all I have to do is hit enter. And let's see what it comes back with. All right, it's already started to work. It's coming back in that format that we did ask for, giving us that information that we did ask for. So we'll automatically have all of the components that we need to update this particular landing page. So we will then be able to have a link that we'll be able to put into our website so that when somebody desires to download that particular itinerary, that information will already be there and it will kick off and trigger that particular campaign so that the client can actually get their download. So looks like it's almost finished. It's finalizing the last couple of pieces of this particular piece. And then we'll plug all of this in and we'll be good to go. All right, looks like it's coming to the end here. And it's almost finished, but isn't it amazing how quickly it brings that information together? I'm telling you, it's all right, so let's see what we said here. So it starts off, are you ready to cast aside the constraints of your daily grind and immerse yourself in the vibrant hues and soul-stirring landscapes of South Africa? At Too Busy Not to Travel, we're not just about travel, we're about crafting journeys that speak to the heart of who you are. As a woman of color over 40, you've earned your stripes in the corporate world. Now let us guide you on an expedition where your spirit is not just welcomed, but celebrated. Of course, as it continues on, indicates embark on an extraordinary voyage to South Africa, a country where the tapestry of cultures, breathtaking natural wonders, and unforgettable wildlife encounters weave together to create a journey that transcends the ordinary. I think that sounds pretty good. Why South Africa? South Africa calls to those who seek more than just a vacation. It beckons to those in search of an experience that ignites the soul. With its rich cultural heritage, diverse landscapes ranging from lush vineyards to stark deserts, and the pulse of its cities and towns, South Africa offers a mosaic of experiences that promise to enrich and transform you. Wow. Yeah, that makes me want to go by. And then as we move forward, it goes on to talk about what one should expect from this particular trip and journey. And then, of course, it ends with asking them to join. Don't let hesitation hold you back. The time to act is now with special early bird offers and limited spots available. It's time to say yes to adventure, yes to exploration, and yes to a journey that will leave an indelible mark on your heart and soul. Reserve your spot today and embark on an adventure that promises not just memories, but transformation. Awesome. So all we have to do now is really do some cut and paste as far as this is concerned, because it sounds good. I don't think there's anything extra we need to do to it. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to take us back over to the landing page we're working on. So it gave us a title when it started, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong. I think it did not. Now that I'm looking at that, it did not give us a title. Let's see, a captivating headline is what we asked for, and it did not. So let me ask it to provide me a captivating title. Provide a captivating title for our landing page. All right, unlock the soul of South Africa, a journey of discovery for women of wonder. I like that. All right, so I'm going to take that, do a little copy and paste, and we'll just simply over here on our landing page, I'm basically going to just do exactly that. I'm going to do a plain cut so it keeps the current formatting, etc. Of course, here in the next step where we're asking them to come join us on this particular adventure, that's where the additional pieces come in, and I do a little modification, if you would, instead of taking exactly what's being said. So as an example, right now we've got join us for an extraordinary journey to Martha's Vineyard, an enchanting island that promises a number of things. So what I'm going to do here is, instead of taking all that ChatGPT provided us, I'm actually going to start right above the line of why they need to come to South Africa, and I'm going to use that. So I'm going to say, I'm going to first of all highlight this. I'm going to again cut and paste, and I'm going to indicate here as the change, come and embark on an extraordinary voyage to South Africa, a country where the tapestry of cultures, breathtaking natural wonders, and unforgettable wildlife encounters weave together to create a journey that transcends the ordinary. So that's what I'm going to use as our introduction. Then, of course, hopefully our client's going to go ahead and fill out everything. She's going to get down here and she's going to indicate that she wants this travel guide. And again, we'll be able to use our link in order to put in that particular spot so that when she clicks on this particular button, and after she puts in her information, she'll go to the thank you page. Then it'll automatically kick off the actual email sequence where she'll get the email that says, now you can download. So we have that particular tag there where we've got the 2024 September South Africa download. And actually, now that I think about it, again, similar to what we did earlier, that wouldn't be the correct tag. It would be that by doing this, they requested it. So we need to put that in there. Requested 2024 South Africa itinerary. Actually, that's still not the right one because it's the wrong South Africa one. So let's see, I might need to create one. Let's see, requested 2020. Oh, I see. I put 2024 September Africa itinerary. It really needs to be, I didn't put South Africa. I see what the challenge was there. So 2024 September South Africa itinerary. All right. Requested it. Yep. All right. And then so we'll end up creating that. So I'll click that we're creating it. We'll put it in our destination category, hit save. And again, the concept is we want to identify that the client did click and ask for it. So that's why this particular tag is they requested that particular itinerary. Later on, once they've downloaded, we'll put they actually downloaded it. So we know that they have that. So just to make that clear. All right, now we'll continue on. It asks to put in the link for the journey itself. We'll need to get that because we haven't actually done the price guide yet. That's where that link will come from, is from the standpoint of the pricing guide that we do, where individuals would be able to actually go and purchase. That's where that link will come from. And we don't have that as of yet. Again, I'll keep on scrolling down. I'm pretty much going to use exact same titling that we use at the top here in this bottom half. Again, the thought process is some of our clients may come to the very top and say, oh, okay, this is what I've done what I want to do and I'm gone. Some may decide to scroll further. So with that said, want to make sure that the information that's down below, again, keeps in mind the fact that this client may be looking for more information. So that's where the remaining pieces of that sales content comes in. So this is the point where I'm going to use more of it, whereas from the very top of what ChatGPT gave us, I'm going to now use that by cutting and pasting that. Again, we'll simply replace several of these pieces that go along with it. In this particular case, it looks like it changed my font because I did not paste it in a plain text when I did it. So I'll have to redo that, but that's no problem. We can go up here. It's a good thing because that way you can see how to do it. Font's wrong. We've been using our actual Playfair text. So we're going to go in here and make sure to update this accordingly to the Playfair text. I think we've been using, an 18 font. I think it's right. Yep, 18 font. So now we have the South Africa information in there. And of course, now we're at why South Africa. So we'll want to change that out. Put that in. And then again, I'm going to come over here to my ChatGPT that I have on another screen. And I'm going to copy that information that ChatGPT created, that I did read through and checked to make sure it made sense and that it, kind of flowed. We don't just want to take what ChatGPT always says. We want to read through it. So just to make that clear. All right. So we have that and plug that in. Again, it changed that font on me for some reason, even though I know that time I did do post plain, but no problem. We'll quickly put it back into the font. All right. Again, I'm going to look back, make sure everything's formatted appropriately, looks well. All right, now we're continuing on. So each of these pieces is the part of what they can expect. So as the comments here say, what you'll experience. And basically we're going to put in this section the things that ChatGPT came up with of what they should expect. So we're going to put that information in, and then we'll keep going. All right, we went through, we did our cut and paste. We now have all 5 of our key experiences listed out. Point again about ChatGPT. Make sure you read through what has been created. As I was reading through some of these, I realized, oh, wait a minute, we probably won't see that. We probably won't go to that area. So I made some modifications. So just again, keep in mind, might need to make some modifications on what's been created, but I've cut and pasted the majority of everything. So it's all set from that standpoint. Now we're at the point of just basically giving some visual to our guests of hopefully pictures from our previous trips, testimonials from our clients from previous trips. So hopefully it will entice them again further to actually come along with us. So now all I'm going to do is take the opportunity to go and see if I can find some additional pieces to put here at the end to really support why they should be with us. So let me go see first and foremost if maybe we have a client testimonial about South Africa. So I'm going to, again, here as you see on the right hand side where it says upload image, I'm going to click that. It's going to take me to our where I can go to one of our drives and look for information that I can probably put in here. So I'm going to go into one of our folders for our client testimonials, and I'm going to take a gander and see if by chance I have anything in here that's specific to a trip to South Africa. I'm not sure if I do or not. Let's see. I know that one's Dubai. I think this one is in general. I don't think I have one specific to South Africa. Not one that I have here in this particular area. Double checking just to make sure. But I'm not sure that I do. Let's see, that's gone. It doesn't look like I do. It doesn't look like I actually have one that's specific to South Africa. All right, so with that said, we'll probably just use one of our other testimonials from our clients where they're making it clear about traveling with Too Busy Not to Travel and the fact that they've enjoyed it and that we actually provide good service from that standpoint. So we'll probably change that there. But what I'm going to do, I will go and look for pictures. I know I have pictures from previous trips to South Africa. Matter of fact, I think it's right here. So we're going to go ahead and plug in a couple of things. Let's see. How about something for Table Mountain? I think I'll put that in. It's coming on. It's coming. So we'll replace this one with a picture from Table Mountain. It should come forth here shortly, I hope. Still thinking. There you go. All right, let's see what we have over here on this side. I think I'm going to take this bottom one out. Oh, I took out the wrong one. Look at there. No problem. All right, so we're going to change the image that's here. And of course, you want to see if you can try and find things probably around the same size and shape to balance things out. Or you could do like I did previously where I had multiple items in one section. So let me see. What else do I have that might be a little more enticing? Or the trip to South Africa. All right, I think this is one where we're at the Cape of Good Hope. So I think I will use that one. Just scrolling right quick just to kind of make sure. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I finally found a picture I was looking for earlier. Let's see. Just double checking right quick to make sure I am not missing anything, something extra that I might want to use, but I don't see anything that would be different from what I was thinking of using. So I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to use this one that shows some smiling faces. And there you go, the Cape Point. When we're at Cape Point in South Africa, I think that would be cool. And if I don't have a testimonial, I mean, I can always replace this with another graphic as well, another picture. It doesn't have to be a testimonial. So let me see. Maybe there's another picture for South Africa that I can put in here. Maybe even 2. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll put 2 of our landscape type pictures here. Here's one I really like. And then I'll put maybe another one right up under that. Yep, I like that. All right, so I think what I'll do is I will simply duplicate. There we go. And then I can probably put at least 3 more, or 4 more really, to match with the length there. So let's see. Let me change this out. Let me go and see what other graphic I might want to put in there to show the great fun that we had. Here's one with the ladies that I think would be nice. I'll use this one. Yeah. And let's see. Oh, looks like one of them's heads down. So let's see if I have another one that I can put in there instead of that one. Make sure we get to see everybody. Let's see. What do we have? Well, here's a group picture. I think we're getting ready to go out to dinner there. Yep, perfect. And then let's see, what else do I have here? Oh yeah, us on safari. I think that would be awesome. And maybe one more. Let's see what else we can find that we can put in here. Let's see, what else do we have that we can utilize? Oh, here's one from our hot air balloon ride. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. All right, so now we've got graphics in there from our different groups for South Africa to entice people to come and join us. And I think, voila, we're pretty much done. So all we'll need to do now is get the link for our pricing, make sure that's been put in. And then we've already got things set for the download. And so we'll make sure to go and check the rest of our campaign to make sure that that's all connected. But other than that, I think we are good to go. Again, if we want to view this, we can. We can click here so that we can see what it looks like live as a flow. I think it looks pretty good. Of course, we can optimize, make sure we're doing this right from the standpoint of our mobile access. Looks like everything's a good size there. Justification looks good. I've justified to the left. All right, yeah, I think that looks good. All right, cool. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to save. And after I've saved, I could publish. Oh, there's an audit issue, looks like. That's what this little thing means here. So here's a good point. See how it tells us the button link is empty? And we're already aware of this. We know that those button links are not present because we don't have that sales pricing as of yet. So we're aware of that. So we're going to end up coming back to this. I'm going to publish it as is right now. Doesn't matter. We're not putting the link out on the main website as of yet, so nobody will see it anyway. But I'm just going to go ahead and publish it as is at this particular point. I'm aware I need to come back and put those links in, but I'm publishing it because I wanted to show you something from that. Again, as we talked about earlier, you can copy the URL so that you have that for this particular site. But main point is, once we click go to site list, I just want to point out to you previously, it was in draft mode. And I just want to point out to you now, you'll see that it's in publish mode. And then we'll have to go back into the campaign itself to finish it up. So now, as you can see here, 2024 September, South Africa, published. Again, we're not done. We now need to go back into our automation to the actual campaign that particular landing page is connected to, and then connect the dots, pull it all together. So as we said, these are about our travel guide downloads. So I put in travel guide so I can easily find that. I'm going to click on that. And then as I go in here, we'll have all of those listed travel guide sequences that are set up. And we're looking for the one for South Africa. And I just want to show you what it looks like at this particular point, being that we have almost finished the landing page from that standpoint. So here's our landing page. And look, it's not green because we haven't actually selected that landing page that we were working on. So again, we'll point that out. It's here, but we haven't pulled forth the landing page we just finished to be connected to the sequence. That's why you got to come back into the sequence. All right, so now we're going to go back in this, as I said, and we're going to connect the dots. So now I need to go and find, for instance, that September, right there, 2024 September South Africa trip, okay? And then we've connected that to a sequence. We're going to make sure that's the name of the capture form. And the capture form, of course, is where we've gotten the name, the email address, etc. that's contained in this. So we've connected the dots there. We now can hit save. Now it's all green. So notice we're green across the board. It's not dark green because we haven't published this entire campaign yet, but we have connected all the dots. All of our arrows are in place. Everything is ready to go. We had already set up these other 3 areas previously in another meeting where we've gotten those set to go. So all I got to do now, get those links for that particular join the journey button. And once we've done that and put it into our sequence, we are good to go. We'll be able to publish and we'll be ready to rock. If somebody goes to, we'll take that link, we'll take it, put it on our website. And when somebody clicks on that, the whole process will kick off. All right. I hope that's been helpful. I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully that's been helpful. So we're going to stop there and we will pick up something later at another time. All right. Have a great day.